Welcome back to Mini Motorways, and it's our daily playthrough. So let's see what we've got today. Ooh, Rio. So sometimes Rio has in different places, and depend on how there's like a little notch, and we'll see where we are. Sometimes it's easier than others, if you like. So we've got the. Looks like there's no roundabouts probably, and maybe start with a motorway. There we go. Start with 3 motorways. That's not too bad. No roundabouts are off it, like I said. So yeah. So normally up here, I think there's a little notch, and sometimes we are up in this section, but we're back to close where we normally are, and we've got this section down here. So let's just stop it from going down here. We want to push maybe we want to push the other one over a bit before we start to decide where we're going to place this. Now, if it decides that it can't get any in, then it'll start to produce these a lot faster. It's not obviously going to go in this section or anywhere around, so we are leaving it in this quadrant here, but it can be a bit funny. Right, there we go. That's what I was waiting for, to see where we're actually gonna and what we're gonna place. I will. Obviously, I'm gonna have to take some of this back. That's fine. We probably could. Send it that way. Put that one into there. Bit like a big Lego set in that way. Now, we know we're not going to get one up there. We shouldn't actually get one down there, to be honest. But I'll just do that, and we'll move on. And worst scenario, we have got the intestine line, so we can do the wiggly. If you've not seen that, instead of going, it's something I found out. Instead of going straight, if you wiggle it, then you encourage the cars to go, the vehicles to go slower, and that makes them not go to a big business. That's what we're trying to do earlier on. We'll go for the tunnels. Tunnels are quite important in this one. I still never got over to this side, so I'm very unsure about the bridges in here. Yeah, so now we've got this. This makes it a little different, but we should be able to come up with that. And we've got the next one down here. Yeah, so we are moving down this bottom, I think. We've got our next one. Which I'll send that in the center, so that'll block all this out. And obviously, if I need another one here, I've got this. Yeah, we definitely, as I hold this down, I'm looking at this here to see where we're. I think it is coming down. I seem to think well, a tunnel might be beneficial on this one. Obviously, I can change some to a motorway. Obviously, I can't change this one and I can't change this one, but I can change these two. It would be not beneficial, I think, to send this one that way and then leave this one just to the curve. I'll put this one over there, I think. I didn't want to put this one here because that could encourage that to be a big business, you see. So because it's short, we want it to hold out a little bit more. What if we... obviously, a motorway can be the bridge because we've got the motorways here. So I'll pick for the road because I don't think there's a lot of... It's never really a lot of problem here with... I think this is probably the biggest game. I think there's probably one of the biggest games I've actually had the tunnels, actually. We could send that through there and that would still pick up. Maybe, well, I don't know, maybe that was a bad idea. Oh, 14 left. I have got a bridge, so I'll pick the roads. If I hadn't got one, I would have gone, because I think it's going to be more, as we can see, it's moving it, you can see now it's moving itself to this side. As I push this in, we can see how it's, the air's coming in from this quite substantially. So if that's the case, we can try to preempt. Maybe it'll not like this at all, but that is one way of doing it, to block off a little bit. Just to push this out as far as we can, and it'll in the next there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Like I said, I purposely did that to. I think we could wiggle this one. It's not a tight wiggle, but it's a wiggle nonetheless. And if you wanted more wiggle, then we could. It's just going to slow it down. It's just what I'm trying to achieve so far. If it goes so big and like this, it's pointless doing it. You might as well line it up. At least then you know where you are. It's still moving over there as far as I can tell. That's why I don't really think half the time having a bridge, a lot of bridges on here, tends to help. I think it's a tunnel. I think this is a tunnel game, not a bridge game. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I mean, look at that. But you know now that that will not get anything on because it can't fit anything on. Let me put this one on. Typical. Don't watch, and then you end up having all this. I could put this down here. Now let me clean all this one up again. This could now go up a bit more. Now that one could go up there. Put this straight. Right, this is the first time I think we're going to have to have a motorway, but I think that's perfectly fine. The second motorway, I think it's going to be enabled here. Again, not too bad. That means it's quite a long. That's why I did this as well, so it's not straight in there. Although I could have put it down here, obviously. I'll take the motorway again. Although we could send it. How many have I got? I'll push this and then I will. It's a bit of a trek, I know, but Obviously, I can't. I can now dump this into here. As I say, what? Not really utilising the bridges that much. I'll look at a motorway again. Again, I suppose a bridge can be a motorway as long as it's straight. I mean, that's the real premise here, isn't it? Let's do that. Let's get that one enabled as well. That one would go through here, but I can't really put it through there. I'll do that, giving me the 7. I'll do this straight because it doesn't really make sense not to do that straight, because I could go in there and go in that other one as well. I've got 3 left, but we might have to start thinking about how I'm going to put a motorway in any of these. I probably need to do that for now. We've got that bridge. The trouble is, if I send these 2 to this and take this out, this will fail because there's not enough. There's not enough to send it, so that's not a thing. It'd be nice to sort this out, but you're not going to be able to solve that with a tunnel. You're not going to be able to solve that with a bridge. It's going to need some sort of other way of doing it. These 2 are not utilised either. Again, that could be solved by a motorway, I suppose. That then would open this up to be able to be used, these 2. This is going to have to maybe go down to there. Although I could utilise these 2 and send that way. It's going to be one of these things, I think. I'll stick with the tunnels. I just think the tunnels are a better option. I would like to. I know that means going down there, but I suppose in a way that it doesn't really matter if that's going that way. I know it's going through here, but it's not really a great idea to go through there, but. That's that covered. Right, let's pause that then. Let's just get this going here. That'll open up this channel for these two. Like I said, so... Because I still think they're... they're going to come important. Bit weird, but it's possible probably to get rid of this now. This puts these two with this. Although now that's just decided to I have got two. So we could utilize the that would get rid of that. That would open this, which now would put this two on there. That means these two have now got the option of sending themselves into there. We're not going to get anything else, I don't think, in this section. Or I just forced it not to be in that section. Let's put it that way. This one is not gone up yet, so I don't need to worry about that. That should theoretically make that better. We've now got another motorway, and this is Motorway Central this evening. I think it's a good idea to, because we've got two, I think it's a good idea to look at hoofing some of this off into its own for example, that could easily be used for something like that. Not great. The position's not great, but it's there is a way of utilizing the bridge here. That would work. I've got an extra one to go into there. I'm still not happy about this, like I must admit. I'd really like to get rid of this blue. I've got an idea to do it. To something like that. We could obviously now utilize this. I'm not going to put it there, but it's got potentially to be able to add these three in. That now is it sort of makes this. Well, I'm saying it makes it better, but it's really difficult to see it because of all the. Right, that's. Can I use it? Because I can't put these down, you see, because of this one. This is the one that's in the way. put that there and then take that one out for that one. That one then stops using this one for this and then just puts this on its own. We've still got the problem there. Now, the motorway or the tunnel. That's a quite dilemma, that. I think I'd pick the motorway. It's not always a gimme. That's the thing. It's not always a gimme that you would use the motorway over a... I'm just putting that because obviously that's a better connection. That's still not gone up any higher. We've still got this coming low. We've got this working okay. This could be the one that's got the problem. I'm a bit skeptical. I think I might have to jump that one right over there and put this in and leave these three for that. Oh, that's a blow. Now that is going to cause a problem. It's not a I suppose it is a direct connection. Let's I forgot about this three here. I'll move that a bit closer to there. That'll line that one up. We want it sort of in... We can get these to go this way. This can then come that way. Taking that out. I'm going to have to be quite careful of this, actually. I'm going to only put the two. Just the one, because... any of these could be a large one. Once they go large, then that's going to be the problem. Yeah, see, this is what I said. You see, this was always going to be the one that I was going to be fearful that was going to do something. I can now send this and leave this on its own. That's 4, and that could be enough to just keep it low. There's no reason why, if that goes bigger, I can't tie this in with it as well. Not so much that any use, I don't think. Tunnel or 30 rods? Go for the 30 rods. I'm going to set another one into there. Yeah, I'll set that one in because that's wanting 3 now. Is there any way to really manage this a bit better? Probably. There's no reason why I can't utilize something like that. These make sense to go on the higher. These can go on the low. These can go on one way, and these can go the other. It'd be nice to get this one going as well, I suppose. I can say if I need more. I can only get another one into there. That's the only trouble. That one can go there. I could. Do something like that, which would open this. To be used. Not great, but it at least it allows more going down there. This is definitely wanting a lot, but there's not much I can actually do with it. I need to be quite careful how much I'm adding in, though. I haven't got a bridge, but oh, we got another one on there. That's what was I going to use a bridge for? I can't remember what I was going to use a bridge for. I don't know whether it was this one or I'll stick with the motorway again. Let's see what we can achieve by redesigning any of this. The trouble is, if this starts to go larger by me doing that. Got the 3. I mean, because of this, I can sort of wiggle this around. But this one will go first because it's the closest one out of a lot of them. I've got the tunnel, and you could do another tunnel doing that there like that. So that would work to get these two working. That's fine. We've got the 2 here, but they're not actually doing anything. Well, in fact, I've got 3. So wouldn't play. Oh, did not do to doing that. If I did this a little bit closer, took out that, I've got a prime thing to turn this to come down here. Can't see it at the moment because all this is in the way. Which means I could take this out and this wouldn't be affected by we need to get more. Bridge. This now has got that going. I don't need this anymore. Which means this... connecting all them two makes quite a lot of sense. That's going to be okay. That'll... that should fix itself quite fast. We've got one here as well. Now, where's the motorways that I can use to connect that in? We could hoof off some of this, which I think would work. Like so. I've got an option to put this one does go around here. This is connected to that. So any of this construction here is connected to this. But this is a prime candidate to be pushed into there. Because I haven't got a motorway, I can't, because I haven't got any form of thing now, I can't get this to go around there. What have I got that I can solve anything? I suppose I could... Yeah, that would work, I think. Let's go for the bridge. Would this allow me to eke out around there? Yeah, it will. That will suffice on that. I'll put another one of them on there. That should help that one. What have we got? We've still got nothing extra on that one. That blue. Could you split these blues up? That's the question. I don't really think that they're going that... Well, I suppose they are going... The reason why I was saying split them up is that way I can hoof off some of this. But maybe I just don't need it. That's a blue. Let's just connect that blue to there and not have that connected. We're not doing. It's not a bad play today. Not a bad play. That one could be linked. I'm going to... Oh. Yeah, this is now... here's where the problem starts. I'll link them and I'll link that. That needs to come here for this one. Unlink this. Just link this to this for, and then link them to go to there. So I've linked this one. We haven't got a tunnel, but we could use the tunnel if we need to. Like I said a while ago, that I can link... I can link this one, but the problem being is that's right on that border, isn't it? And I can't really do it any other way. Nope. Could I? Yeah, I could do it. It's a bit faffy, but that would work. This might be the third highest score that I've ever had so far. We are reducing it, but it's absolutely hammering, the thing is. Yeah, I think it's going to be... Yep, that's it. The third highest score I've ever had. I was wanting to try and near that better, but it was just impossible to route everything around. It was so tightly packed. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to check out pigstv.com. It's all free and no login required. Have a nosy around. And yeah, there's a lot more other videos. We do a lot more series. And we will see you in the next mini Motorways. Bye for now.